Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you how I go about doing my seafood boil in the oven. Today I have my seasoning. Here I have my bay leaves, my thyme, my onion chopped, my corn, my potato. I already pre-blanched my potato on the stove top, so it will be easy for me when I'm cooking my seafood, so it won't take a longer time and too crunchy. So I have everything pre-cut and ready, and here in my bowl I have my seafood. I'm going to be using 3 different types of seafood, which is going to be my snow crab, my lobster tail, and my shrimp. And over here I have my pimento grains spice for my seafood. I have my dry seasoning, which is parsley, all-purpose seasoning, crushed red pepper, my garlic powder, my onion powder, my cayenne pepper, paprika, my onion powder, my butter melted, and my seafood seasoning. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set aside everything, and I'm gonna start cutting my potato to mix with my corn, because I don't have enough space to do one mixture, so I'm gonna be separating it. So I'm just gonna be cutting my potatoes in half and mix it in a separate bowl from my seafood. Guys, remember, there's no wrong way of doing this thing. The most important thing is the flavor at the end of the product. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add my dry seasoning, which is my paprika, my black pepper, all my dry seasoning, garlic powder, my onion powder, cayenne pepper, seafood blend, my crushed pepper, my all-purpose seasoning, some dry parsley, my butter, this is my seafood blend right here. You can use Old Bay season if you wish. Doesn't matter which seafood seasoning you want to use. You gotta put that pepper in it so you give it a kick. Remember, we're looking about seafood here, guys. This is what's gonna bring out the flavor. If you're scared for spice, you don't have to put a lot of spice in it. And here you go, you add in your butter, and then you're gonna mix it together. And just let it sit for a minute or two until I finish doing my seafood. So here in my bowl I have my snow crab, my lobster tail, and my shrimp. So what I'll be doing before, I am gonna be butterflying my lobster tail so that I can devein it and get the inside seasoned properly. Just remember, guys, if you want to go ahead and cut your lobster tail like what I just did, be careful, because the tail can cut you. If you don't know what you're doing, please don't do it, because it can cut you like a knife. It's very sharp. And be careful how you butterfly your lobster, please use a cutting board. So I'm just gonna be repeating the process of what I just did with the first one. I think it's best for me to devein my lobster because you don't want that thing that is inside of it to be in it when you're eating it. So I rather to cut it and butterfly and take out whatever is inside and wash it, season it. I think the season penetrate better and it tastes better. And I'm using my kitchen scissors. This is the reason why I wanted to leave in my lobster, to get all that gross stuff from outside of it. Just be careful, guys, when you butterflying it, so that the knife doesn't, sometimes the knife can go straight through the flesh itself and cut you, so be careful to use a cutting board. See, this is what you want to get out of your lobster. All this nasty looking thing. So now I'm done butterflying my lobster tail. I'm gonna wash them. My shrimp already came deveined, so I don't have to devein my shrimp, else I would be doing the same procedure with my shrimp. But lucky I buy the ones that are already deveined to save me time from doing it. So now I'm gonna be squeezing my lemon on it. And I'm gonna just leave my lemon in there because it can cook it with it. At this point, I'm gonna be repeating my seasoning over my seafood, which is my crushed red pepper, my cayenne pepper, my black pepper, my garlic powder, my onion powder, my seafood blend, my parsley, my butter, my all-purpose seasoning, everything that I have already did before with my potato and corn. I will be repeating the same process with my seafood. And it's all up to you guys, the amount of seafood that you're cooking. Then you just estimate and use your judgment. I use my eyes to cook with because I've been doing it for so long, so I can judge whatever I'm doing and use the estimate of it. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna be adding my parsley in my butter and make a mixture and spread it all over my seafood. So I'm gonna be adding all my fresh seasoning, which is my thyme, my onion, my lemon wedges, my bay leaves, my garlic, and my pimento spice. And here you want to be very careful when you start mixing your seafood together, because you have to have in consideration that it's a lot of bones in here. You don't want, you know, your flesh to be punctured by these bones. So be very gently with these bones. What I'm gonna be doing here, I'm gonna be stuffing back my lobster in the shell so that it won't be overcooked. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be placing my corn and my potato at the bottom of my pan. And then I'm gonna be transferring my seafood on top of my corn and potato. Guys, one reason why I like to do my seafood in the oven, for me, that's just my opinion. I think doing it in the oven, I get more flavor, better flavor, instead of putting it into a pot of water. Regardless, you're gonna season the water, but you're gonna throw away that water too at the end. So I think doing it in the oven is the perfect technique. That's just my opinion. As I say, there's no wrong way to it. Everybody do their stuff differently. I'm just sharing my idea, how I go about doing it, and it's been very successful. So what I'm doing, I'm adding a little bit of white wine to the last finishing touch. So now I'm gonna be covering it. And then I'm gonna be putting it into the oven to bake for 30 to 35 minutes. This process won't take long because I already pre-cooked my potatoes. And the seafood don't take a long time to cook. So it doesn't need more than 30 to 35 minutes to complete the whole process. And the white wine is optional, guys. You don't have to put white wine if you don't want to. That's just the way how I do it. So now I'm gonna be cooking it at 375 in the oven for 35 minutes. So in the meantime, my seafood is in the oven. What I'm gonna do is make some dipping sauce for my seafood. So now I'm gonna be using unsalted butter so that you don't have a lot of sodium going on, because the seafood already have a lot of sodium in the seasoning. So I'll be using 1 cup of butter. So while the butter is melting, what I'm going to be doing, I am going to be reducing some white wine with some bay leaf. And the bay leaf will bring out the flavor also, so that's why I'll be using bay leaf. So I'll be reducing some white wine with bay leaf. So in the meantime, the butter is melting. I'm gonna be reducing my white wine on low heat. So now I'm gonna be putting in my garlic and my onion in my butter to saute. Wow, you can smell that wine. So now I'm just gonna be waiting for my garlic and my onion to cook in my butter. And you wanna reduce your butter and garlic. I'm gonna be adding some thyme in my white wine. And as I said before, you wanna do your butter, your onion and garlic on low heat. You don't want it to be boiling, just, you know. So I'll be squeezing 1 lemon in my butter sauce. I already removed the seeds from the lemon. So there's no seeds in my sauce, guys, if you're wondering. So now I'm gonna be adding my seafood seasoning to my butter sauce. I'm gonna be putting some more garlic powder in here, some all-purpose seasoning, some good old paprika, and I keep stirring it, guys, after every time I added the seasoning because I don't want it to sit there and get lumpy. And I'll be putting some onion powder in here too. So just keep stirring it after every time you put your seasoning. Some cayenne pepper to give it that kick. Some black pepper also. Remember, guys, if you're really scared for pepper, you don't have to put all those spices in it. It's up to you. So now my white wine is reduced with my bay leaves and my thyme. What I'll be doing, I'll be adding it to my butter sauce gradually. And there you have it, guys, my seafood dip. So now what I'm gonna be doing, just be waiting for my seafood to be ready. So guys, it's that time when my seafood is ready. So let's check it out. Wow, look at that. Look how beautiful it is. Wow. It looks so beautiful. And this is my dipping sauce. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And most of all, please turn on the post notification bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm out.